Mondays, I start my day with a weekly review. I know for many of you, it's dark in here because it's kind of the mood. For many of you, you jump in, you got lots to do. Mondays would not be the time to sit down and do it. However, what I learned is when I slow down and start my start my weeks by reflecting, then I'm not reacting to everything that shows up. I'm planning the experience I want of my week. So I have my notebook, I have my iPad. I look at my calendar for last week. What did I do? Who did I talk to? I go through my sent emails so that I can see where I was interacting, what I was looking at. I go through my journal, my day timer, and I just pull out the things that, here's the areas that I cover. So these are the things that are most important to me. On one side, I have wellness, my home, which is my could be things we're working on. In there, I have stuff I'm working on with Max, my finances, and my family. That's the basics on this side. On the other side, I have the work stuff. So my book that I'm writing and the book that I wrote, am I marketing it? How's it going? Am I getting it out there? My podcast, my membership site, the training library. Am I creating new courses? Am I connecting to my students? What am I doing there? Training that I'm taking right now. I'm in a course. So am I doing the coursework? I'm very intentional about that. Toastmasters, am I engaged in that? That's my extracurricular activity. So am I doing the work to get there? And then anything else I've got going on. So right now I've got the Leading from Strengths course. Have I got out there and have I marketed it? I'll put the link in if you want to know more about that. My peers, am I connecting with them? So I sit down and do this. Then I'll head to my stand-up computer and I'll go through all of my stats. I'm looking at, is what I'm doing working? Am I seeing, are people listening to the podcast? Are people starting to follow my reels more that I'm making? Am I getting more students in the training library? I want to know my stats. I want to know how I'm doing. And by doing that each week, I'm able to kind of go, where do I need to course correct? Am I on the right track? Am I working? So I start my mornings like this, my Monday mornings like this. It takes about probably half hour, maybe a little bit longer some days. That might be too much for you. But again, that's what I've learned over time to kind of figure out what I need to do and what I need to focus on. Then I'm set for the week. I know my goals. I know where I'm going. I've got my targets. That's the piece that I forgot to say. I set that as well. I write down what I'm going to accomplish this week. What's the most important things. I make sure I know which days I'm going to be working on to make sure I have time. And that's how I start my Mondays.